What's good, YouTube? It's your boy. We're back at it again with another video. So in this one, I'm gonna be making a beat for former Shoreline Mafia member Fenix Flexin. Let's go.
Expletive Fox, we sippin' juice for life.
So yeah, I guess Shoreline Mafia pretty much broke up, and Fenix Flexin and OGZ have been in like this battle to decide who's gonna become the Quavo of Shoreline. And personally, I feel like Fenix is winning. I've always kind of preferred his music. I like OGZ too. They're both hard, but I really like Fenix's music. So this one we're doing a little different. I'm gonna actually just like make the full beat, see how it goes. I already got some sounds loaded up. Yeah, we're just gonna get into it. So I mean, like Fenix's music, it's like your typical, you know, like dark West Coast kind of stuff. He really gets on like a lot of different style of beats. So it's kind of hard to say like what's a specific style for him, but a lot of the beats that he has will usually have like some long chord progressions. Usually it'll just be like one or two chords and like some real fast bell synths and stuff. Then it'll be either like an 808 or like a groovy little bass line kind of thing. So we're just gonna get into it. All right, I already got the sounds loaded up. I'm on 96 BPM. I mean, this kind of stuff, like his beats usually it'll be like 90 to like 110, maybe probably like 108 kind of tempo, but normally the classic like 95 to 105 range. So yeah, I'm gonna just start off with the chords. Usually when I'm doing a beat like this, pretty much most beats I do, I start with the chords. This is a chord I really like to use for like the dark sounding stuff. I don't know what this is actually called. I think it's like a inversion of this kind of chord, but basically you do the first three notes in the scale, skip one, delete that. For these kind of beats, pretty much you're gonna just stick to like the minor scale and you'll be good. And so don't go too crazy with the chords. Like keep like some long drawn out kind of ones, and then just add in maybe like a few extra notes to sauce it up, or like one more chord. This is another trick I like to do with these beats. Instead of adding like a second chord, you just play the same chord, but you do like an octave above. Check it out, it'll sound tight. And then I'm gonna hit Alt R, and then Alt S. I'm gonna strum like this top one. Want it to be like a little more drawn out, and then it's gonna go like down too. It's gonna play like some notes right here. I'm gonna just add in this clap real quick too. Yeah, we're just gonna copy that. I'm gonna extend like all these notes here so they don't cut off. And then I'm gonna actually add like some bass notes to this too. Alright, that sounds pretty hard. I'm gonna strum this one too a little bit, but not as much as like the second one, just like a little bit. Just hold up. Alright, that sounded pretty cool. I got these two little plucks loaded up from Serum too. I'm gonna do like probably like a fast melody with one, and then do like a little kind of like counter melody thing with the other one. But I'm gonna just mess with it and see what we can come up with.
Southland rap group Shoreline Mafia shows them partying in a kitchen with something you're more likely to find in your medicine cabinet. Rappers pouring prescription-grade cough syrup into soda and sipping, even holding up a bottle with a gun in hand.
Oh yeah, that sounds hard. Dun, 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 dun. I might change out this sound though. Oh yeah, that sounds hard. Dun, 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 dun. I might change out this sound though. Want this maybe to be more like a bell or something. I'm gonna go through like a few sounds real quick and just try and find something that sounds a little better than this. This sounds hard, but I'm gonna mess with the effects on it a little bit. So there's like a super reverb. That sounds hard. I think I'm gonna pitch everything down though too, before I start adding in like the bass and stuff. Real quick tip too, you can highlight everything right here, click the little arrow, and then click transpose selected, like if you want to change the key of stuff, and I'm gonna move it down like -3. So now it's in C sharp minor. It was E minor before, my bad. Then I'm gonna pitch this up, I think. Alright, that sounded pretty hard. I'm gonna try and add in like a little bit of bass next. So I got like an 808 loaded up too. I'm gonna try and mess with the bass first. I might do like a kind of layout where it switches between like the synth bass and the 808. Or I might just do like one, I'm not sure yet. So a lot of these, like the bass lines in a lot of his songs will be like, they'll usually be real simple and kind of just repeating. And they'll usually be like some classic like West Coast type of rhythms. Like it'll be like this type of rhythm. Or this. And then kind of just like mix it up a little bit. But usually like those classic bounces are in a lot of his beats. Changing the lengths too on like your bass notes can add a lot of sauce to your basses, giving it like little pauses like this. Hold up. I'm gonna tweak the settings on this too. This preset too is the deep bass on Citrus. I use these ones a lot. There's like 3 of them. Where is it? It's called these ones right here. These 3. I use these a lot for like the dark West Coast beats. I like to layer my bass line with like a little kick, usually like right after I do it. And then I always like to offset the bass too a little bit. Use this little shift thing right here. If you look up on the top left corner, it like shows you how much it's moving it. I'll usually do like 0.01 or 0.2. Usually if you do more, it'll sound kind of weird. I got this last sound too. I'm gonna try and add in like a little melody. This will be like what comes in the hook or something. That sounds kind of hard. It's kind of weird, but I'm gonna change it up right here. Like change this last note. Alright, so I'm gonna start adding in like the perks and stuff now. With a lot of his beats, like the drums will be hard, but they're not too like upfront in the beat. So it's like you want almost like smooth, kind of subtle drums, but still like a hard pattern. We'll try out the steady hi-hat first. I like to usually do this and like I'll just add it in. Shit. I'll add it into like every single every step, and then I'll like add in the rolls and stuff. And I'm gonna put a fruity soft clipper on here too, real quick. I pretty much just keep the fruity soft clipper on here once I add in like the bass and stuff. And hey, my bad too if the beat's like super loud right now. I'm gonna mix it after this. Sounding hard now. I'm gonna add in maybe like a little triangle or something too. We'll put this probably just at like the end. We'll add in the clap. I'm gonna layer this too with like another clap, and then what's it called? This one I'm gonna just put like some rolls and stuff though. We can maybe change this clap also to like either a snap or a snare, and it could sound hard, but I'm gonna just probably leave the clap in this one, I think. A real easy way to do these rolls too, y'all. You do you highlight your note, you do Alt U. You can chop it to like whatever amount you want, and then you press Alt O. And you got to kind of mess with the knobs on here, on the Alt O thing, but it'll just do the little roll for you. And then I'm gonna change up this one. Probably do one like this. Doing the little double claps at the end. You can put the claps all up in here and it'll pretty much always sound good. Pretty much any pattern you want. As long as you're doing it on like this last note right here, or this last square, just go crazy with like the rolls and stuff. I'm gonna try and add in something too with the 808. So I'm gonna copy and paste the bass line that we have, but probably change it up a little bit. Always make sure you got your 808s cutting too. This little thing right here. I think that sounds pretty hard though. So we'll probably have the 808, like we'll come in on different sections and stuff. But yeah, this is pretty much all the sounds. I mean, don't go too crazy. Like, I mean, you can go crazy with like the drums and stuff, but I notice, especially with like Fenix Flexin's music, a lot of his drums will be pretty simple and kind of like, they'll be more laid back. And then it'll be more like the melody and stuff is more hard in the bass line. But I'm gonna just lay this all out real quick. So I like to get all my patterns like the same length and stuff, just so that they're good. And then I'm gonna like copy and paste it a few times. We'll do this and then just start it off. And so right now, I mean, I'm really just laying out the beat to where it'll sound more like a full song. Then I'm gonna put all these on a mixer track real quick too. Start mixing in a minute. Start maybe with like this, and then the crash thing too. Then we'll come in with like the hi-hats and stuff. We'll maybe start with just the melody and the bass line too. Then when the chords come in, it'll sound hard. Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds hard. I think in the hook part too, I'm gonna add in like one more hi-hat that's doing like more rolls and shit. I know I got like another one on here. Hi-hat 4. Yeah, I'm adding like some extra shit with this one. Pitch these down. Like when I do the second hi-hat like this, I'll usually like change the pitches of them, make it go a little more crazy. Yeah, it sounds hard. Oh man, I didn't save this yet. Naming this beat Juice for Life. I'm gonna also add in like a little effect or something too, where the beat drops, and maybe do like a little change up or something in it. This is something that I like to do in pretty much all my beats. I mean, it's all preference how you want to do like the transitions and stuff. I like to use like the effects. Some people like to do like drum rolls and stuff. It's just whatever's cool. I like to use this one a lot, this plain one. I don't like to use effects that are like too loud, but something that's just kind of in there. It'll like let the artist know when the beat's about to change up and stuff. Then we'll maybe get like another crash tune here. I'll use this one, like the orchestra sounding one. It's a little different. And then if you just click this track button too right here, it'll just put it right to the first open mixer. I feel like it could use like one more sound. This might be like too extra, but I'm gonna try and add in like a vocal too, like an arcade one. So let me like load this up real quick. Sheesh. All right, for these types of beats, I'm gonna really give you the sauce. Use this kit in arcade, the distant voices ones, and pretty much like any of these. They like always sound good in these kinds. I'm gonna try this one. I really just want like a one long kind of note thing. So like I said before, this might end up being too much. I might just not do this because it's already sounding like pretty hard. That sounds hard. I like to just play like all the way through. You kind of just leave it like in the background a little. I'm gonna just play it with just the melodies too, real quick. I feel like it should like go up when like the beat drops. It should like change. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that. Sounds pretty hard. Right, I'm gonna try and like kind of lay out the rest of it real quick. Cut it like right here too. Alright, so that sounded pretty hard, I think. Like when it drops, it might even be a little too hard, to be honest with you. It might even be like a little bit too much going on, but it sounds cool, so I'm gonna keep it. And then in the verse, we're gonna bring back the bass line. In the beginning of the verses, I like to usually like cut it a little bit in the beginning to like bring it back in. We'll see if this sounds cool. I'm gonna add in my effect too. Bringing this like here. do something like this for the verse. We'll see how it sounds. And I'm going to take out the hi-hat and the clap on this second part so that it kind of breaks down a little bit. And that's pretty much like the whole beat. It's just going to repeat. So I'm going to start like mixing it down real quick and then finish it up. When I'm doing a beat like this where I have the bass line and the 808 like this, I always start with those. I like to kind of like keep my sounds organized when I'm mixing them. So I'll always have like my melodies right here, then the bass, and then I'll have like the kick and then the rest of my drums, and then any effects will be at the very end. That's just how I like to do it, so it's like somewhat organized. But I'm gonna just start with like this bass line and then the 808, and I'm gonna compare them basically and make sure that their volumes are like somewhat close. The bass line is gonna be more quieter because it's in like the verse and it's before the hook, and then the 808 is gonna be like a little bit louder so that when it comes in, like it really hits. Oh, I also like to when I start mixing, I'll usually put the whole track in mono. Sheesh. The 808 comes in like super loud. And then since we have a kick playing with the 808 too, I'm gonna add a little bit of attack to the volume on here, just like a little tiny bit, so that the 808 doesn't sound so like punchy, since it's layered like with the kick. So we'll play the kick too. And then same thing too as I did with the bass earlier. I'm gonna offset it a little bit. Play with the effect too. Then we'll start bringing in the melodies next. Alright, that sounded hard. Bring in this thing first. Oh, whoops. Another thing I totally forgot. I like to reset all my volumes on here too before I start mixing normally. Jeez. So this sound, I use this direct wave piano. With these ones, when you turn up the volume on here, it like changes the sound of it. So I like to turn the volume down low, and then you go in here and turn it up. It gives it like a different sound. So I'm gonna cut out like the low end because there's a lot of bass in this beat. So this is something, it's like a little tedious when it comes to mixing, but you want to do this with like most of your sounds. And I'll put a little reverb too. I like to use RC48. And we'll bring in that other melody too. This is for sure gonna need to be EQ'd. Alright, so this sounds kind of harsh, so I'm gonna sweep through it with the EQ and find like the bad sounding frequencies and take them out. I'm bringing this vocal too. I'm gonna do one more EQ on here for like those last 4 notes on the melody because they're kind of loud, like these last ones. And then we're gonna get that last little melody too real quick. I'll probably put like some delay or something on this one. I'm gonna just loop the beat right here too. That sounds pretty hard. I'm gonna start bringing in the other drums. So with these drums, I'm pretty much just gonna solo each one, like bring in each one individually, and then just pretty much do the volumes to where it sounds good to me. I have my headphones on too, like side note. So I usually like to like check the beats on my speakers, but I can't do it while I'm making the video. So after I'm done mixing this on my headphones with this beat, I'm gonna listen to it again, like on my speakers and stuff, and finish mixing it. But just for the video purposes, I'm just doing it this way. And the hi-hats, I like to get them real kind of low in these type of beats. Like you really want the bass hitting hard. And I like to have my clap next to the kick too. I don't know why. Want to listen to this little cowbell here? I feel like you're not gonna be able to hear it. Let me turn this up a little. And then I'm gonna offset these perks too. This will help you hear them a lot better when they're offset a little bit, so they're not hitting like right on the clap and stuff. When you got a real loud beat like this, it helps. Reverb on this second clap too. Just like real low. Do your reverb like real subtle and low when you put them on like drums most of the time. Throw a Fruity Wave Shaper on this too. I like to use this preset on Fruity Wave Shaper. It's called like Kinda Tan or something. I don't know what it says, Kinda Tan H. But this one, and then you just move this knob around. It'll make your 808 sound crazy. That's like too hard almost. Keep that. That sounds hard. I'm gonna turn up this soft clipper a little bit. So I like to, at least when I master my beats, I like to usually keep the volumes a little bit lower, and then I'll kind of like turn everything up and clip it at the end. But some people will do like their 808s and kicks and stuff clipped like before it goes to the master channel. I don't know, the way I've always done it though is like this, so I'll show you guys real quick. I like to put the ozone on first. So I use this really for like the limiter, and then I'm gonna turn the soft clipper up like even more. I'll usually turn the soft clipper up so that it's clipping on here just a little bit. Like that, and then I'll put the limiter on. Put the limiter under 0 dB. So I'll put it to 0.1. And then I'll just mess with the knobs usually till it sounds good. Yeah, it's pretty much done. I probably still need to do some more like EQing and stuff on the on this melody, but that's pretty much the whole beat. As far as the rest of the layout, all I'll normally do for these types of beats is I'll copy this over one more time. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this over. Actually, I'm gonna leave it how it was. I did this on accident, but I'm gonna leave the drums out on this last one. And then usually the way I do these beats, I'll do the last hook. It just repeats like that. So I'll usually like repeat it twice, and then that's the end right here. Boom. Or you can keep it going if you want. It just depends. But it's to 3 minutes here, so it should be good. Now we'll have this little breakdown here at the end. All right. Beat's pretty much done. Last thing I always do is just add in my tag, put it on a mixer track, put it in the right spot. I'll add extra tags too for when I post it to YouTube, and I'll do a version with the tags and without once I export it. But the beat's done. I'm gonna play it from the beginning. And that's gonna wrap up the tutorial, y'all. If you learned anything and you watched until the very end, I appreciate it. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. Let me know what you want to see next. And until the next one, peace.